Happy Sunday, everybody. Drinking a Diet Coke. Cheers to Seth. If there's a Seth out there watching, cheers to you. All right, another beautiful Sunday. I mean, God, I haven't got caught in the rain at all. But yeah, today, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to talk about, but something that keeps coming up in my mind and something that I battle with constantly. I feel like probably a lot of you battle it too, is just cheap dopamine and how it affects our lives. Cheap dopamine is, we're filled in a world right now where there's so much of it to go around. I mean, that's what the biggest companies in the world really supply to us. That cheap feel-good moment. Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, nicotine, any sort of drug, even Diet Coke is kind of a cheap dopamine. That's what the world sells to us, right? And right now we live in a time where the cheap dopamine is just abundant. We could get it like that. All we have to do is unlock our phone and we could entertain ourselves for hours and just get lost in it. And then when we're done, we're like, got brain fog, don't really want to do anything for the rest of the day, and just feel like garbage. So yeah, I just want to talk about how dopamine is ruining our lives. Me personally, I mean, phone dopamine is definitely the most potent dopamine that I use. I use it in the morning a lot. I've really been trying to get better, but I find myself falling back, especially this week. I had a really bad week, if I'm being honest, where I just wake up in the morning and the only thing I want to do is just open my phone and immediately go to X or Facebook and just ha ha ha, ha, that's cool, ha. And then I waste the first 30 minutes of my waking hours to just completely put myself under a cloud. And for what? Because I don't want to get out of bed and be present. And that affects the whole day. It affects the whole day. I'm not as clear. I'm not as crisp. I've used some mental capacity to watch stupid videos that I don't remember. I don't remember what I watched this morning or yesterday morning. I have no clue. And a lot of the times, especially nowadays, and we just fall back on it in any moment where we might just be sitting around bored. Because just sitting around doing nothing is uncomfortable. We used to write or read or learn or study things back when we didn't have technology. Now most of the population is just scrolling on Facebook when they don't have anything to do. And if we really think about how much time that we're wasting, how many precious moments, like when I'm with my kid and I'm scrolling through Facebook, what am I doing? Why am I trying to get out of the present moment so much that I'm on Facebook? Or when I'm with my wife in bed at night, why do I have to be watching a Facebook reel? It's the thing about dopamine hits is they feel good and they block whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable with being present. And it's not like there's anything necessarily that makes sitting in silence in your thoughts uncomfortable besides just the act of doing it and being bored when we have so much access to other things. But it creates a habit, and that habit just compounds. It grows and it grows and it grows, and before you know it, every second in your life that you're not doing something, you're looking at your phone. Or even when you are doing something, when you're with family or when you're with friends, you have to find a way to occupy your mind because you can't sit still. And that's the world we live in. And that hacks our brain. That hacks our brain to get pleasure quickly. So things that take harder work to acquire or harder work to build something like this YouTube or a trading skill, anything that you want to grow, if you're not getting instant access to dopamine building it, like if I'm not getting a ton of views or not getting a bunch of reaction or something to give me that quick release, that good feeling, it makes it easier to try and stray away from that and go for the cheap stuff that do fill that hole of pleasure, but in the end don't return you anything. So this next week, I mean, this week was pretty bad for me with cheap dopamine. It's just so clear that it's holding me back, and it's probably holding so many of us back because of how easy it is to do and how easy the access for everybody it is. That just can't do it. Next week I'm going to hold myself back from it. Instead of waking up and scrolling, I'm not going to use my phone for the first hour. I'm going to go outside, go for a walk with my kid and dog, do things that make me present, sit in silence and be bored. Just be bored. Be bored more often. Maybe that should be the title of the video. Be bored more often. But when you're sitting there doing nothing, it feels like you need to do something, right? And scrolling through Facebook is something. But it really is nothing. So sitting in silence and being bored will train you much better than reaching for the cheap stuff, because maybe you'll find something more productive to do at that time rather than creating that habit of quick releases through nothing. But yeah, going back to the point I was just talking about, it creates this cycle where it's harder for you to work towards things that you get dopamine later. And that's probably the biggest reason that it's ruining your life, because it makes you avoid the hard work that's required in order to be amazing at something. For example, trading, backtesting isn't the most pleasurable thing in the world. It's much more enjoyable to watch a YouTube video, or much more enjoyable to, I don't know, insert any quick dopamine release activity. Much easier to do those things than to sit on a chart, draw lines, test this strategy, see how it performs, review why some trades are losing, try to improve it, and do that over months to refine your strategy and bring it to live. But the reward of doing it is a skill that can set up your future in your life, but it's much later, takes a lot longer to feel, and it's not an instant release the way that we're trained right now. So sitting in boredom while it is doing nothing, just like scrolling on Facebook is doing nothing, one feels good, one feels very uncomfortable, but it changes that habit of getting the quick release, which will train us to work towards the things that we know we need to. So my focus, it's got to be a big focus of mine going forward. It's a part of changing who I am. It's a part of all my goals that I want to achieve, is to get rid of this wasted time. It has to be a part of it. It has to be a key factor in it. So yeah, I'm done ruining my life through cheap dopamine and losing on experiences and losing on intellectual gain or skill gain that I could have by avoiding the present, by avoiding boredom. Stop avoiding boredom. Stop getting cheap dopamine. Work towards your goals and get the release later. That's all I got. That's all I got today. I'm about to have a great night, hang out with the family, and be present and enjoy all the little moments. But cheers, everybody out there. Happy Sunday.